I haven't got time to mark this motherfucker. Here we go again. We can't hear anybody. Nobody can talk to anybody.
You guessed it, Pressure Points with your two favorite hosts. I'm D, and this is Crunchy AJ. We're coming at you with Season 5, Episode 30, The Latter-day Syndicate Strikes Back. We're continuing from last week, if you didn't notice. So strap in. We got some secrets that are going to be uncovered. Find us on Instagram and Twitter, @PointsOfPressure.
Well, turn the fucking thing off, you dumbass.
Sweet.
Awesome. That was perfect. Your timing was so good. I didn't think of something to start us off
It's
with.
because I'm excited for this one. This one is what I've been waiting years.
Your entire life
Yeah, pretty much.
has led up to this
Pretty
moment.
much since 2007 when I found out that this event occurred. And I think it was like 2003. I was like, oh, what's this?
Oh, this isn't good.
So how was your week?
You know what? It was pretty good. It was my last week off of school
Oh,
and went out to an old nuclear reactor in the middle of the desert that I was allowed to go to, I should say.
The Snapchats that I received looked like you were exploring an open and active nuclear reactor. And I was like, bro, they just have the weekend off. They just have a holiday weekend. Get out of there.
You tripped the silent alarm. The police are on their way.
Go.
No, it was super cool. Out in the middle of fucking buck-ass nowhere in Idaho. Surrounded by Klansmen, essentially.
Sick-ass museum.
Found some ghost towns and mines and shit that we're going to have to go back to.
Yeah, the pictures your wife posted were really sick.
Oh,
I
yeah,
like
she did
those.
post those. I haven't seen them yet.
They look pretty cool.
She's good at it. I, finally convinced her to pick up the camera, and she's awesome at it.
Sweet. Not bad.
How's your week?
Yeah, I mean, it's fairly standard. Whatever.
Wow. Thrilling content here
Yeah,
at Pressure
yeah.
Points.
Uh,
We watched Alien.
yeah,
That was pretty awesome.
So AJ, my girlfriend, his wife, and I all watched the 1979 Alien, starring ours truly, Sigourney Weaver.
Member of the show. Friend of the show.
Friend of the show, Sigourney Weaver. Yeah, and it was amazing and erotic as fuck. Let me tell you.
yeah.
But I was the only one that had seen it out of everybody. And man, if you haven't seen it, watch it. It's such a good movie.
Yeah, but we can't talk about that because we're sponsored by Disney+. Plus.
Yeah, true.
Coming soon to Blu-ray, Black Cauldron.
And you can find all of our episodes on Disney Plus if you subscribe in a bundle with FXXX. It's a porn subscription. I know it sounds weird, Disney and porn mixed. It's just how it works now.
Yeah.
This is the new subscription model for everywhere. So FXXX and Disney Plus have partnered with what was the company?
Disney.
X Hamster Mobile, I think was what it was. And a Rule 34 subreddit is where you can find all the details to get a good subscription. So that's how you can find all of our episodes. We're going to be exclusively on there from here on out.
Yeah, we're doing the Battlefield 4-pack where where you don't know how to buy the game.
Pressure Points now partnering with Battlefield
Yay.
4. Our face reveal are two $700 skins. You can play as AJ and I.
The skins are
in-game.
not for the playable character. The skins are for two Nazis for the flashback episode.
Can you imagine us in a
I
fucking
would fucking
in-game?
kill for that.
It doesn't even, most of the skins in games don't really affect your stats. These ones do. You
They
get
slow you
so many
down.
negative stats.
They slow you down and they're real shaky when you
Yeah.
go to shoot.
They did real motion capture with us, and every time you sprint, you get about 1.5 seconds of sprint, and then you've got to lean over on your knees for
Yeah.
about 35.
You gotta put your hands above your head.
Yeah,
and-
the rest of the round is you just bitching about having to walk and asking where the nearest car is. So it was fun. It
Heavy
was
breathing.
so fun to do.
So much fun.
Find us on EA.
Please don't.
Pressure points at EA.com.
It's ea.info/pressure points. I love all those stupid ass like .info.xyz,
I know.
all that shit.
/ capital M lowercase c capital P 1 I lowercase l capital I
/
.net
pressure points
.edu.
.gov.
God damn.
I tried to buy pressurepoints.gov and they wouldn't.
Oh, really? Damn, that would have been good.
That'd be awesome.
Good thing we have
Net.
.net.
Or I think we
I
might.
think it's com, isn't it?
No, we have pointsopressure.com.
Oh.
That we're not doing anything with.
Yeah, it's just blank. So if you want to buy it from us, it's for sale for $2 million. Just saying.
Just, for expected brand growth.
Yeah. And if you guys would like to just turn it into whatever you want, for $2 million, it is all yours.
Yeah, and you can,
you have
call
all
us
the
slurs
rights.
or
Yeah,
anything.
you don't even have to subscribe to us on Patreon, and we'll give you a shout out on one episode after you after you buy it from us.
Just one episode. Sorry. You know what? Even better, send us 2 Bitcoins each, and we'll be set.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's a much lower amount. You'll be fine.
Yeah, totally fine. All right.
So last week,
the
corporate mafia-esque syndicate that is, well, I guess we can't call them Mormons or LDS. It's Latter-day Saints now.
Yeah. We would hate to offend on this show.
Yeah, we would hate to offend the people we're calling syndicate and criminals and
Mickey
liars.
Mouse Inc. has asked that we refer to them as Latter-day Saints.
Yeah, they hold hands with them. They're close.
But yeah, so we talked about the history of them, of the Syndicate. That's what we're just going to call them now. We're going to call them the Syndicate.
Which is great.
Mormons, Latter-day Saints. We can't offend you if we call you something totally different. So buy your ex-Syndicate shirts on our web store now.
Yeah. Shopify.
On Amazon.
on our OnlyFans.
Right. So we talked about the history, them moving from New York. We got a little bit into the death of their leader, Joseph Smith.
They're con artists.
Why?
Joseph Smith,
They're con artist and child rapist.
technically,
Renowned
yeah.
child rapist Joseph Smith.
Renowned. That's certainly not gonna bite us in the ass.
Fuck it, I don't care at this point. But we also talked about why they were kind of kicked out of every single place they went. And if you're interested in the history of the Mormon Church on Hulu, which is not partnered with Disney Plus. Actually, I think in real life it is. But you can watch the show Under the Banner of Heaven, which I actually started watching this week. Quick little rundown of it. It talks about a case from the 1980s, I believe, in American Fork, Utah. They do some dramatic liberties with the story, obviously. However, the book itself, I don't remember who wrote it, but in the early 2000s, it was released, and it talks about the actual case. This case was people that were anti-government Mormon, like big names, Lafferty's, that they basically didn't want to pay taxes anymore, and so they used like the liberties of the church's original idea of being so anti-government, which is why they were trying to get out of the U.S. And it kind of it shows a lot about the history of the
Sounds
church.
a lot like Jim Jones.
Yeah, right. If you get a chance to read the book, the church back in 2003 released a statement telling all of their members not to read it because it brings up questions that should not be answered. Questions that you should just, as Mr. Spencer W. Kimball said, put on a shelf. That was one of the Mormon prophets.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so if you're interested in the show is, like I said, it's dramatized. They do take some artistic liberties with it, but what they do with the history of the church, they do little flashbacks. It really shows you a lot. Also, you can't go wrong with historical dramas. And you can't go wrong with one that's shitting on the Syndicate. So
Hell yeah.
No complaints here.
No, that shit's crazy.
Yeah. They do a really, really interesting good job with it, and it's made me want to read the book as soon as I finish the series.
And if you're also interested in the history of the Syndicate, what's that one? No Man Knows My History?
Yeah, No Man Knows My History.
That's a
that
great
one
one.
was written by David O. McKay. He was another
I thought it was by
prophet.
a lady.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Oh.
So David O. McKay had a niece who she had previously written a book about, was it Hamilton? No.
I don't remember. It was one of those.
Yeah, it was like it was
Americana
one of the
figures.
very, very early presidents. It was either like Hamilton or who's the other one?
Brigham Young.
No, presidents, actual presidents.
Brigham Young was my president. Hashtag not my president.
So she wrote one about one of
Jefferson.
the earlier. Yes, it was Thomas
How
Jefferson.
did I know that? Okay.
She wrote it about Thomas Jefferson, and it was actually used for a while as a historical textbook in California. So she
Hell
released
yeah.
that. Her prophet uncle was like, "Oh my goodness! Oh my gosh! Oh my heck! You did so great! Why don't you write one
Good
about
heavens.
our dear Joseph Smith?" And so she
Here's
was given
unfettered access to
she
our
gave him
records.
complete access to church records, and she released what was known as one of the top anti-Mormon books released ever.
And it wasn't like she was biased anti-Mormon.
She
it just-
became biased.
Well, yeah,
but it was
after
just
this.
because
But it was because she was just
because of what
reporting
she was fucking reading.
exactly what she found,
And what had been
she
hidden,
found
yeah.
and what had been hidden was
Yeah, it was
Anti-Mormon.
A lot of really awful shit that they had previously hidden. Now, as of like 2017, 18, I believe, the CES letter is one.
That's
of
a good one,
That
yeah.
one's like the new big fucking thing because it doesn't just raise questions about the dude that created it. It raises questions about everything.
yeah, and
it's
the
unanswered
responses
questions.
that they
Yeah.
have that the writer has gotten that didn't answer the question.
I still really need to read that one.
You haven't read that one?
No, I
I've read
haven't.
that one. I haven't read
I
No
need
Man
to.
Knows My Story. I need to read that one.
I've read half of No Man Knows My History. No Man Knows My History.
History,
by,
sorry.
I don't remember her name, and I won't look it up. You guys find it. You guys
Yeah.
do the research. I did the rest for the show.
All right. Sorry,
so-
back into it.
Yeah. And if you're curious on any of this, by all means, reach out. I like to consider myself quite a concierge. And, I would say a concierge and ambassador of anti-Mormon doctrine. So if you're curious on things, by all means, reach out to
If you want a more
reach out to
mild
Pressure
look on it,
Points.
though, reach out to me.
Yeah.
Address it to AJ. If you want a more mild,
that's fair.
from a point of no abuse.
But yeah, if you need somebody to talk to about it, it is a very hard thing to get out of. And there are a lot of questions that come up when you are trying to process all of that. So if you have questions, reach out.
Yeah, and if you are struggling with your faith, you know what? I'll respect it.
Yeah.
And if you want to talk about it, ask us some questions, and we'll do our best to not overstep.
And now we're hopping into one of the biggest fucking histories, like the
History's
biggest,
mysteries.
the biggest mystery and hidden information over the course of the history of the church. So
I gotta see if History's Mysteries or Mysteries Histories is a podcast, and if it isn't, we are rebranding
History's mysteries. Why would
No,
you do
Mysteries
history?
because it's better.
Mysteries histories. Okay. So, Brigham Young had previously declared martial law. Is it not?
Wait, is would that be apostrophe S on history?
It depends.
History
on...
is mysteries? No.
No, it's not apostrophe S. It would be
IES.
claiming.
No, would it be IES
Possession,
though?
claiming. History
Mysteries. IES?
I don't know. Are you doing mysteries histories?
No,
or
History's Mysteries.
History's mysteries would be IES on mysteries. Histories would be apostrophe S.
Fuck. I mean, if we did it IES on both,
Histories,
clear.
comma, mysteries. That's all.
that's
it would be
actually
called.
great with the comma.
Stupid. as
No, that's great. That's
fuck.
beautiful.
Pressure Points is cooler. I like it.
Well, yeah, it is.
Okay, so Brigham Young had declared martial law in August 1857, and it was illegal to pass through Utah without a permit. And if you were
That's
passing
not
through
fascist.
Utah, you basically got off with a warning, but you couldn't buy anything. And I know it sounds weird, and I'll get into it.
No, that's a big deal. Like, if you're going through Utah, you're going to, like, California.
Yeah.
And if you can't stop, you have to pass through Death Valley without supplies. Like,
Yeah, it's fucking...
that's murder.
So I'll get into that as the story progresses. So, tensions are really high. People in Utah are like, oh, let's hold on to all of our fucking food and everything and all of our grain just in case we've got to run into the hills to hide from the government that wants to maybe murder us.
Maybe.
Because we won't follow their laws. So, a group of wagons called the Baker-Fancher Party.
The Bonner Party.
Yeah, Bonner Party. Baker-Fancher Party. I'm just going to call them the Bakers throughout the rest of the thing because I don't like the second word. They were on their way to California through southern Utah. And they were specifically going through like the Cedar City area. Now, Mormons and all of Utah, which they were synonymous. Sorry, the Syndicate in all of Utah had been told not to sell wagon trains supplies so that they could hoard all of them for themselves, just to, one, prevent from giving to potential groups of like wagon train spies that are working for the U.S. government. And this is some Cold War era shit.
Yeah.
And it was also... like I said, to kind of stockpile just in case they had to close their borders.
Yeah, if they had to go complete isolation succession. If they had to try to pull a Texas, although they're just posturing.
Exactly. So, let me look forward in my notes. I don't think I talked about this. I think I mentioned it in the last one. A man by the name of Parley P. Pratt was killed in Arkansas. Did I mention that? I think
so.
I mentioned it last week. Mm-hmm. He was killed in Arkansas by one of his many wives' husbands. Yes, I know.
Ex-husbands.
No.
Yeah.
Husbands.
Legally husbands.
Legal husbands that he had basically stolen and married. Parley P. Pratt had done some shit.
They were officially married.
Yeah, right.
Because they went through the church.
Yeah.
Went through the temple.
Oh, yeah, sorry. They were eternal spouse.
Yeah, before that was just for taxes.
That was just fucking crazy shit. Oh, no, I scrolled on my notes. So, Parley had been killed in Arkansas by one of his wives' like husbands, and he was a very well-regarded Mormon. He was up there in the presidency, and everybody knew his name. Everybody liked him. He was out on a mission, not only to find wives, but to spread the Syndicate word of God. And he gets killed out there. It's big news bears in Utah.
We're being targeted.
And the other issue is that the Bakers are from Arkansas. So
they're going to do dumb shit.
Yeah, so the Bakers are from Arkansas, and they're, like I said, on their way to California. They've been on this fucking trek. These aren't like, oh, let's go walk to California. It's not like you can do this in a matter of a month. No, this is a long when trip. You have hundreds of people in your party, you have a bunch of fucking kids because everyone's fucking pregnant during the whole trek. I mean, that shit's just going to happen. And you have cows, you have all of your home supplies. This takes a long fucking time. Like years, months, long time. And 1 month earlier, martial law was set. And the likelihood of that word getting to you while you'd
have no idea.
You would have no fucking idea. Which is why it was kind of like Brigham was like, yeah, we give them a warning and tell them pass through. But if they're lingering or whatever, that's when it's a bigger issue.
Becomes an issue, yeah.
So the men in the party obviously are not under the jurisdiction, and I'm going to say jurisdiction, of the Mormon Church.
The Syndicate.
Yeah, the Syndicate. These guys are typical 1800 sons of bitches, where when they get somewhere, they want to stop They want to drink. They want to smoke tobacco. They want to have some fucking
bar
hash
wenches.
and heesh and bar wenches and prostitutes.
Opium.
And, like, just go all out because, hey, we made it to a fucking trading station. We can set up camp and just take, like, a day or two off from walking to California through the fucking... before we go through the goddamn desert in September.
Dare you? Sorry, when you're in town, you need to follow the laws of the church that control it.
I know, right? The laws of the church that control it. Wow. So, yeah, these guys are looking for some fucking grain alcohol, and they're looking to have a good old time. And the Mormons don't have any. They don't drink. They don't even have fucking coffee, man. Like,
but they were a fan of taking ephedra from plants and turning it into a tea,
yeah, right?
Which is totally ironic because ephedra, that's precursor for meth.
Jesus Christ, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's called Mormon tea.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? Yeah,
no.
there's a plant that grows in the desert. It looks really cool. The branches are kind of thicker than what you would expect out of a bush.
Uh-huh.
And they don't really have leaves. But you can break off the sticks, you boil it, and ephedra comes out. So they would drink this ephedra and get like this
fucking
this
hyper.
upper.
That's why they all look so fucky in the old pictures.
I call it Mormon meth.
Yeah, they're just like, they all have buggy ass eyes because they were just methed out. So these guys get to Cedar City, and it is bad news. There's no fucking, like, you can't even have chewing tobacco. Like, this is dog shit.
This is America,
sucks.
goddammit.
You just pass through, like, a bunch of territory that's unclaimed by the U.S., and there's nothing there. So, tensions are just going fucking wild. There's not even a bar in town for them a saloon to get away from their wives and kids. So, what happens when 1830s men don't have anything to do? When they don't have wenches
beat their wives.
Well, I mean, they could, but they have to continue traveling with those wives.
Oh, never mind. Beat the locals.
Yeah. So
get in bar fights because there's not a bar.
And on top of that, they can't buy supplies. So they show up expecting to buy supplies in Cedar City, and
they're probably like the people probably treat them like shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're like, oh, these are outsiders.
Yeah.
From Arkansas, where that guy was just murdered.
Yep.
Ooh. Cold shoulder time, bitch.
It's not good. And there are a lot of fucking tensions. Everybody starts fucking fighting. Everybody's it's just like people are screaming at each other from across the street and shit. You fucking Mormons, you fucking bakers. And eventually, one guy gets so frustrated with everything from the Baker party that in the town square, he says that he owns one of the guns that killed Joseph Smith.
Oh.
This is bad fucking news. And
damn.
The mayor of Cedar City, oh yeah, sorry. Others in the party are kind of huddled around, and they're like, if the army showed up today, we'd join them against you, like against the Mormons / Syndicate.
Damn, they are like, I mean, fair enough.
Yeah.
Like they need supplies.
And the Mormons are like, oh, there's a good chance one of these guys knows the guy that killed Parley Pratt. It is fucking war, and these fucking bakers show up and they're just poking. They're just poking the bear. They're like, oh, you got problems with the U.S. government?
Fucked.
Fuck you. We've got something that killed your leader. We'd help kill you guys off. But these dudes are fucking starving. Can you blame them?
Yeah, no, like from Cedar City, there is Las Vegas, which doesn't exist yet, and desert until California. Like, they're not going to be able to really hunt very much. There's not a lot of fresh water. Like, they need supplies.
Yeah.
This is the last stop.
It really is. It is the last stop before you go to California. You have a bunch of cattle with you, and you can't buy any fucking grain. You can't buy anything at all. It's like, okay, so the rest of our trip is going to suck ass. So the Mayor Haight, surprising, what a great fucking name for a member of the Syndicate.
That's a fantastic name.
Mayor Haight, Hight. It's spelled
Still
like
great.
spelled
Still
like
great.
Utah, man.
That's true.
He's aware of what's going on and how bad things are getting in Cedar City with the bakers there. And he's not happy with it. But he also doesn't have permission from the Mecca, Salt Lake City, to start arresting people.
Oh, and their on Earth God prophet.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Also, spoiler alert: History's Mysteries is definitely taken by like 16 people. But
damn,
if you type in Pressure Points Podcast, we're the first one to show up.
Fair. Eventually, we will get more famous than the pressure points that are in your body, and you can search pressure points, and you can find our podcast before you find any information about the pressure points on your body.
So tell your friends.
So tell your friends about us. So, it's getting more and more out of hand. And since the bakers don't really have anything to feed their cattle, like, they're out. They're out
I'm
of
gonna
stuff.
start feeding them human.
No.
If they're not careful.
They're taking them to, like, just land. Just
Unclaimed land in the middle of nowhere,
unclaimed land. And they're letting their cattle graze out there. They're just kind of keeping a watch on them. And Utah history has statistically been known to teach that the bakers were poisoning and killing cattle in the night. Cattle in the night in Cedar City. But at the time, there was actually a disease that was known to go and run through companies that would move from state to state, and a lot of it was contact between cattle that the Baker Party had and cattle that they would run, like just wild cattle, and then that would get picked up and get taken to somebody else's farm. That infects the herd.
No, they were doing it on purpose.
Yeah, so
for no reason, by the way. Like I still don't see
dude,
that the motivation would be there to do that. Because I mean, before, okay, they might starve to death in the desert, but let's start poisoning these cattle and killing their cattle. They're just going to get killed. Like, there's no motivation for that.
We might starve to death in the desert, or we can die in a Utah prison. Which one's better? It's like there's a chance of survival with one of them, and I don't think the bakers were dumb enough, no matter how angry they were, dumb enough to cause issues that big in a place with people that are as unpredictable as the Mormon Syndicate. Mm-hmm. So, because they're letting their cattle graze on wild land, the cattle are moving into territory that not even the state of, or the territory of Utah has jurisdiction over, which is onto like Paiute land. And Mormons are running with the whole, they're poisoning our cattle. And so they run to the local Paiutes, who previously and not currently, but at the time, they were getting along with the Mormons pretty well. The Mormons were like, hey, we'll stay out of your hair, you stay out of ours. We're good. There's not going to be an issue.
Famous last words.
We'll be all right.
For indigenous people.
Yeah.
We'll be fine. We'll leave you alone.
We'll be fine. So the Mormons go over to the Paiutes and they say, hey, heads up, these fucking bakers are coming through. They've poisoned a bunch of our cattle. They're letting their cattle graze on your land, and they're going to start moving in, probably try to push you out and just set up shop out here. So they're going to fuck with you. And
setting the idea. Yeah.
So it doesn't sit well with the Paiutes because, I don't know, I wonder, American history, read a fucking book about it.
Yeah, remember that Jefferson dude we were talking about?
Yeah, right. So Mayor Haight, we're going to get back to him. He was also, surprisingly enough, a very high religious leader. What's referred to in the church
bishop?
As a stake president. No, he's
even
higher
bigger.
than a bishop. So a bishop is basically over, like, if you were to take like a 2x2 fucking square, or like, probably then it was like a 2x2 square mile, probably like a section of the town. You were a bishop and you were over that sect. Stake president would be over like 5 of those. Yeah. He would be over like all of the bishops. They report to the stake president. Stake president reports to one of the fucking authority, like Quorum of the 70, whatever. They report to the Quorum of the 12. They report to the prophet, right? So stake
Chain of
president,
command. Good chain of command.
stake president is a big fucking deal though, because you're like your little town's mayor, or in this case, you are your town's mayor and you're the town's stake president.
It's great how much power they have.
Yeah,
both
it's
church
pretty
and
wild how
governmental.
those things cross streams. So he orders that some of the bakers be arrested, but city council goes, "Whoa, dude, slow your roll." City council / the bishops tell him, "Slow your roll. We can't just go out arresting these guys, because if we do, the people that are going to find out are the U.S. government, and then it's just a larger issue."
Yeah, it's going to spiral out of control.
Then you have prisoners of war, and it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
great. So they tell him to back down, and Haight reaches out to a local militia major, John D. Lee, and they start...
John DeLee?
Yeah, John
John
D.
D. Lee.
John D. Lee.
John Lee.
Yeah, John D. Lee. Jaundice Lee. And they kind of start putting a little bit of a plan together. Now, Lee previously had... I mean, he's a Mormon militiaman. He has a history of violence. That's why he's a militiaman. He's kind of a fucking nutcase, and I believe he joined them when they were in Kirtland. No, he joined when they were in Missouri, Nauvoo, I think, Jackson. I don't fucking know. When they were in Missouri, he joined.
Yeah.
So he's a wild, methed out son of a bitch. He does
Hell yeah.
He looks buggy as fuck, and he's already in the mood to shoot at like U.S. soldiers that are on their way over. Like,
Yeah, he's bloodthirsty.
yeah, he's a crazy one. And they send word to Brigham Young back in Salt Lake that the bakers have been causing so many problems. And he asks, Haight, mayor / stake president Haight, says, "We want sanction to kill these guys." Sanction is the fucking key word here. Sanction from
Jesus.
Brigham Young, a prophet
To murder
/
these people.
like leader over the Utah territory, to kill just civilians that are passing through that you've caused tensions with. It's not like they came in kicking shit over.
Crazy. I love it.
So they reach out to Brigham Young, and then they contact the Paiutes and tell them that there's an opportunity to get the bakers before they could destroy the tribe. Basically,
I thought a
destroy.
demon just ran into this room.
No, it's
Oh, it licked my toe. The demon's
it's,
licking my toes.
It's the big ol'.
It's the fat one?
Yeah, it's a fat pup we're watching this week. Hey, Zoe. Are you good?
I'm petting a dog.
Yeah. Zoe. Oh, I don't even know where we were at.
Oh, that's fine, but that's been picked up now because I started recording.
Well, sorry, we were
toes.
interrupted by a couple of wieners that my girlfriend was carrying in here. So,
yeah, her dildo collection is fantastic.
Right. So let's see.
They went to the Paiute.
Yeah, they go to the Paiutes and they say, "Hey, we've got a chance and we've got something in the works for you to potentially kill these bakers before they destroy everything you guys have put together." Everything that the Paiutes have protected from the Mormons, basically, or the Syndicate. So initially the Paiutes are hesitant because statistically they have been peaceful. They've been willing to talk things out. I mean, they've given up a bunch of land to these white, like, neckbeard sons of bitches. Yeah, Mormons were all fucking neckbeards. Deal with it. They all look stupid as shit on their way over to Utah.
Yeah, the fucking Mormon Abe
Yeah.
Lincoln beard, but
Yeah.
at least Abe Lincoln it wasn't patchy.
Yeah. No, it was like a chin strap that they put too low.
Yeah.
So the Paiutes are a peaceful people, but imagine riling the Paiutes up enough and lying to them about they'll poison your cattle, they're going to destroy your land, they're going to take what we didn't take from you, is basically what they're saying to this Paiute tribe. And so they rile these Paiutes up and they go, "Yeah, we'll take part in your plan." So on September 7th, a group of Paiutes and Mormons, a group of Paiutes and a group of Mormons dressed as Paiutes to conceal their Mormon affiliation.
Interesting. Normally, if you're doing something that, that's normal, that's sanctioned and legal, and like you have nothing to worry
Usually
about,
pretty
you
open
wouldn't-
about it.
You wouldn't hide under,
God, dude.
different cultures'
You'd-
clothing.
You'd sport your fucking Mormon militiaman little jersey, your Utah Jazz jersey. So, God damn it. So on September 7th, this group of Paiutes and people who are trying to look like white people as Paiutes they get all dressed up and they attack the party in kind of like this little gully, more or less. And the party is initially attacked by Paiutes. The Paiutes kill a couple of them, and then they're driven out because the bakers start pulling out guns, and they start to circle up the wagons and dig down in little trenches to protect everything that they obviously hold dear, their lives. And they get 2 horsemen in the bakers, and they go back to Cedar City, get some fucking help. We're being jumped by this Paiute tribe, and we need local backup. So these 2 dudes hop on their horses, get the fuck out of there. But when you weren't able to buy supplies earlier, you're only able to hunker down for so long.
Yeah.
So they're running out of food, they're running out of ammunition, and I mean, things are looking rough. And this goes on for overall 5 days. They hold their little wagon circle for 5 fucking days. Now, one of the horsemen at this point, he had gotten back to Cedar City, or actually he was just outside of town, and one of the horsemen gets shot.
Ooh.
The second horseman notices that it looks like a white man that shot him, not one of the Paiutes that were attacking them.
Interesting.
He thinks back to some of the people that were shooting at him. They didn't all look like Paiutes. Some of them were some familiar-looking Mormons from Cedar City. So he turns his horse around and fucking just books it out of there as fast as he can.
Good.
And he's doing his best to get back. And let's see. They aren't able to tell Cedar City. They aren't able to get word to...
Well, if he's starting to put it together,
yeah,
that some of the locals are the ones shooting
even
them,
then, why the fuck would you want to tell Cedar? Yeah.
Because who knows if they're waiting there to ambush him.
Yeah, so...
Sorry, some wasabi went right down my throat.
You're good, no worries. So, word gets back to John Lee that they've killed one of the horsemen and that one survived, and he's headed back to the little camp. John's not happy about this because now pinning it on the local tribe is a hell of a lot harder to do.
When there's somebody who said, that was a white
and
boy.
you can't tell the U.S. government, oh, it was the local tribe that did this. It was, the people that have been causing the fucking problem all along. So, John, on September 11th, good old 9/11. It's a phenomenal day in history.
Mm-hmm.
He calls for a ceasefire. He waves a white flag, and he gets on his militiaman duds and goes down to make peace with them because the horseman has gotten back. He said, hey, we got fucking shot by this guy.
Something's fucky.
Fucking thanks. Yeah.
Something's fucky.
So he goes down and he basically says, look, we will safely escort you back to Cedar City and we'll protect you from the Paiutes that were attacking you.
We just so happen to be in the area.
But the only, excuse me, you need to give all of your possessions to the Paiute tribe is kind of the constituency here. If you don't want us to step off to the side and let these Paiutes kill you, then you're going to give them all of your supplies. We'll walk you back to Cedar City. We'll refill your supplies and shit, and we'll send you back on your way.
So they're basically threatening them
Yeah.
and making them give up all their shit,
Uh-huh.
which
They
will
say
make their death in the desert certain.
more or less. So they're like, you give everything up to the Paiutes. We'll take you back to Cedar City. We'll fill you up with as much as you need to survive to California, and you'll be on your way. But we'll escort you back. And, yeah, right? So they agree.
Sus.
They agree.
I mean, what else could they
because
do?
they've lost, like, I think at this point there were like 17 kids that were like, not 17, but it was like low double digits of people that had been killed at this point. And so they agree. They're like, you know what? As shitty as you guys are, at least you guys didn't kill us on sight. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, as much as we know it was you.
Yeah, right. So they lead the Bakers out back to Cedar City in 3 different groups. The first group is the youngest children and the people that are wounded. The second group is the women and the children that are okay. And the last group is the men that are okay. So they're walking through this area. They get to Mountain Meadows. And suddenly John Lee turns around and he gives a signal. I would imagine he basically just puts his hand up in the air. He does his little...
He does a sig hail.
Yeah, or he does the Mormon cut your throat thing that they used to do in the temple. And every man had been ordered to stand next to one of the Bakers. Every Mormon militiaman was told, "Hey, have one by your side." So he gives his signal. Yeah, he gives his signal. Every Mormon turns and they kill the Baker or Fancher on their, like, to their left or their right, killing everyone except for 17 children. Mind you, this was a group of 120 plus people. So yeah,
they're back to their roots, doing what they love, stealing wives.
Yeah, right. So they kill everyone except for the kids that aren't going to be able to remember it. If you were wounded in that first fucking wagon or that first group, it was easy to kill you because you were already wounded. The kids survive, and they actually ended up adopting them out to local families.
Oh, how nice.
Imagine being adopted by one of the men that killed both of your parents.
Fantastic.
Grand. Young responds to the request to kill them. They hear back from Young 2 days after. So it is September 13th. And the messenger gets back and says, basically the letter is, don't interfere with them until they're first notified to keep away, and then let them go in peace. And this is 2 days after they've already been fucking killed.
Ooh, just too late.
Yeah, when Haight read the letter, it was said that he got it, he opened the letter, looked at it, and he just broke down. And the account is that he sobbed like a child and said, too late, too late. No shit!
Okay, so he's crying that Brigham Young said no. He's not crying over the loss of life that they caused.
Yeah, he's upset because he basically just didn't do what the prophet asked him to do.
Because he accidentally went against the prophet.
Yeah,
Not sad because they murdered
that's
120 plus people.
what it was, yeah.
What? That's fucked up.
And not even murdered, slaughtered.
Yeah, massacred.
Massacred. Yeah, there's a reason that this is called the Mormon Meadows Massacre, the Mountain Meadows Massacre, because it was.
Remind me to put that in the description so that we get the keywords.
Yeah, you're good. So, like I said, 120 men, women, and children. Any kid over the age of, like, I think it was, let me see if I wrote it down. Over the age of 7. So just in time for them to get fucking baptized. Any kid over the age of 7 is killed as well. This is 120 fucking kids and women and 120 kids and mothers and fathers that are just killed because, you know, they couldn't fucking resupply in Cedar City. It's absolutely insane.
Because they were terrified of losing their power.
So, after all of this, they take the kids, and Lee and the other leaders, the other militiamen in the party, agree, and they promise to one another, we're not going to incriminate one another, because obviously something's going to fucking come up. And 2 days later, sure enough, they're not supposed to kill him. Even though the letter did have a constituency, the only problem is that they killed him two days before the letter. So, because they could always fucking argue, oh, you know, they were interfering. They were causing problems in Cedar City. We had to do what we had to do, even though they didn't have to do what they had to fucking do. And so this is bad news for Mormons at the time. And, well, pretty much forever. So Lee ends up getting called back to Salt Lake City. He basically goes to, like, their court, and he tells Brigham Young directly that the Paiutes are responsible and that this was totally accepted. This entire thing is accepted by the church until like 1969 when the church starts looking into it, and even as far as 2007 when the church comes out with an official statement. So from 1857 all the way until 2007, 150 fucking years, the church just says, you know, it was local Paiutes.
It wasn't us. We weren't involved.
Like, there were people, like, and if anyone took part, that was their own prerogative, even though they were being led by John D. Lee. This is where things get really interesting. The only reason they came out with this statement in 2007 is because of a movie called September Dawn that was about the events of the Mormon Meadows Massacre, which portrayed it really poorly, and it made it into like a romantic movie and shit. Yeah, like a Mormon falls in love with one of the bakers, whatever. I haven't fucking seen it. But in 2007, that's what sparked Young D to be like, wait a minute, what the fuck is this? Because I remember seeing it on the news. And they were like, oh, the church releases a response. And basically, the response by the church was, we've had people look into this thoroughly. And the decisions of members and the militiamen at the time were completely unjustified, but it was a different time.
Oh, I hate that.
We wouldn't do this now, even though, 30 years ago we wouldn't allow black people to have priesthood. And even though currently we still fucking preach on keeping your wives quiet and in a fucking subversive
women
position.
Still can't hold a religious
dude,
office. They can't hold the priesthood.
No, you get to be a fantastic member of the Relief Society in the Mormon Church. If you're a woman,
if you're a woman,
that's your highest thing.
Your job is it's being a mother.
Yeah,
your job is to pump out more of these.
And so their whole response is basically, what happened was a product of the time, and Brigham Young's teachings and his martial law, maybe that's what radicalized some people. Maybe some people read a little bit too much into what he was teaching. Then maybe he was fucking teaching something that was hurting those who weren't members. Maybe he was just a madman that had a bloodlust and he was an anti-government piece of shit. Have you fucking thought about that?
You are responsible for the people that you radicalize.
You're responsible for the people that you're fucking preaching to every Sunday.
Yeah, it's ridiculous that, it's a product of the time. Oh,
it is insane.
The militia members did this. I was like, bitch, who told them to do this? Who put them on edge? Who stoked the fires of isolationism?
Why would hate even think that killing a party on their way to California should be killed?
Yeah,
why is that even a thought? Because it's
even in
been
1850s
preached.
Even in the 1850s, that wasn't okay.
Mm-hmm.
In the 1850s, we had laws. Believe it or not, you weren't supposed to murder people. You weren't supposed to, we had laws. We had a criminal justice system
that statistically
morals,
they have not been following. They weren't following federal laws.
Do not change based on the time period. I'm not talking about cultural relativism or anything like that. Morally, massacring a group of people is wrong.
It's a little entirely fucked up.
And then they just don't even take... Like, at this point, just say, hey, we did this. This was a mistake. We have looked into this and made sure this will never happen again.
Now, recently, yes, they have come out and they said they actually ended up hiring 2 historians, one from like Harvard and the other, I don't know, Yale or whatever. Probably both had fucking law degrees. So they hired these 2 guys to go back and research everything they could about the Meadows Massacre. And surprisingly enough, both of those guys were members of the fucking Syndicate.
Weird.
And so
that won't alter
I know,
their
it wouldn't
research.
alter it at all. But the information that they now have on their website, though slightly skewed in their favor, mainly just like, you know, things were really crazy back then.
Justifications.
The prophet at the time was worried for his people, kind of shit, stuff like that. They have come out and said, yeah, it was a radicalized Mormon militiaman, John D. Lee, who was influenced by a radicalized, like, Cedar City mayor hate that caused this. So yeah, they've admitted
how
to
did
it.
how did hate get radicalized then?
Yeah,
Who's his
I know.
boss?
That's what's so crazy.
Oh, the governor / prophet.
God, dude.
Weird. Weird how legally and religiously
just
his
wait.
boss is the same person.
So
I just think that's really fucked up.
In the 90s, they had also made like when people were like, hey, what the fuck, this happened. In the 90s, the church had made, there's a little tribute or like fucking, what do they call it?
A plaque? Monument?
Yeah, monument. Thank you. There's like a little monument about it that all of the church leaders spoke at and everything. And that's when they were like, oh, you know,
Virtue signaling,
things were
yeah,
so tough back then. Yeah. 2007, they released their big thing. And back, I know I'm kind of bouncing all over the place time-wise, but John D. Lee and the other men were obviously discovered. It was bound to come out. Somebody fucking spoke about it, probably to their bishop in a fucking confession.
So, of course, it went out to everybody in the community.
So it got out, and John D. Lee is held solely responsible. All of the other men that took part in this, they're kind of just, well, you know, you were led by John D. Lee's
You were just
actions.
following orders like
you
the
were
Nazis.
following the orders of
Jesus.
of the militiaman that was leading you, John Lee. So John is held entirely accountable. He's excommunicated by the church.
Oh, no!
Yeah, I know. The worst thing. And
A fate worse than
the U.S.
death.
government, because they found out what had happened, and they had done their little investigation with it as well, I don't have the year that this happened, but it was a few years after the massacre, the U.S. government orders he is going to be shot to death. Like John Lee massacred people, he's going to be massacred himself.
Okay. Get a judge to do the ruling and you're good.
Yeah, and they have a federal officer that came out and executed him. Before his execution, John wrote, I did everything in my power to save that people, but I am the one that must suffer. And then, just after he wrote it, he prayed and asked God to receive his spirit, despite being excommunicated. And at the execution, so they have him sitting on a chair next to his coffin. And
oh, nice. So you can just 1-2 punch.
It's like an old school,
efficient.
So at his execution, he said, "Let them shoot the balls through my heart, and don't let them mangle my body." And they shot him.
It's a federal agent.
Yeah,
why would they do that?
I mean, that's how they shot him. I mean, it's just an easier.
No, I'm saying,
pop.
why would they mangle his body?
Because he's a fucking madman, dude.
Oh yeah, I guess. That's
So they shot him. He fell into his casket. And in 1961, the Mormon Church presidency came out, and they actually reinstated the membership and former blessings to John D. Lee. 1960s Mormon Church was just batshit.
They were
crazy,
batshit,
dude.
That, like we've talked about Iosepa before. That was the era where it's. We want to recruit all these people from different cultures into our church. We just don't want them to. We just don't want them to like come to Utah. We want them to pay tithing, but we don't want them here. We don't want to see them.
Dude.
It's a scam.
Absolutely fucked. So yeah, that is the story of the Mormon Meadows Massacre, Mountain Meadows Massacre.
Goes by both.
Good old September 11th, man. It will
What a
go
day.
down as
What a
one-
day.
a rough one in history, that's for sure. Now, a month later, some other bullshit happened that Brigham Young is on record sanctioning, mafia style. We will discuss that one in a Patreon exclusive episode
Oh yeah, it
this
is your
week
month,
or
right?
next week. It would justify an entire episode now that I'm looking at the notes.
Nice.
So if you want additional content with this episode, find us on Patreon. You got that stuff?
Yeah, patreon.com/ I gotta move my microphone. / points O pressure. You get an extra episode every month, full color episode icons,
Yeah.
pictures.
And you'll get the Return of the Syndicate.
No, it's the
on
oh yeah, it is.
Return of
of
the
the Syndicate
Syndicate,
would be
yeah.
the third. So
a new Syndicate Hope.
so if you'd like to, it starts at $4.20 for the lowest tier. Nice.
Bada bing.
Supports us, keeps the lights on, lets us keep paying for this hosting service that is slowly getting worse. I'm sorry that last week's episode and the episode like 3 weeks before that was a little bit late. Our hosting thing is just having a
It's
problem.
a little
I think it's
funky.
because we're getting really close to the hosting, like the
It wouldn't-
200 episodes
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise
or something.
me.
Or are we past that?
No, we're at like 115, 120,
Okay,
some
yeah.
shit. I don't
So
know.
I don't know why, but it helps us keep paying for that.
Yeah.
Yay. But let's see what else. Any other side projects that we do? We got a bunch of like little short episodes called Sloppy Seconds. We got
Your project.
my
Don't forget your
project.
project.
It's just I don't want to hype it up too much because
I'll hype
school
it up.
starts, so I'm not going to be putting out as much.
I'll hype
Not
it
that I
up.
put
how
out
many,
a lot before.
I mean, how many did you put out?
Like
Like
four.
4 or 5 of them? That's as many sloppy seconds as we did.
No, we had like 22 sloppy seconds, which is
Just
great,
shit.
by the way.
Um,
But yeah, it's just like some World War II Holocaust survivor interviews that I put together, and a little video. One of them's about a video about the effect of children during the war, and shit
some
like
good
that.
stuff. Check it out. Also a tour of the studio.
Oh yeah, that's on there
Little
too.
video
We have a
tour
lot
of
of
the
random
studio.
shit on
Yeah,
there
we got
too.
a
Oh yeah,
bunch
the
of shit.
pilot episode, which was
Yes.
about how the Syndicate is a cult,
Is the
like
Syndicate a
the
cult?
similarities.
Yeah, it's a good listen.
So
yeah,
check us
by
out.
all means, find it, listen to it, and if you want more information and you want to check out kind of a sequel to this episode, subscribe on Patreon.
Yeah. So thank you to the board. Thank you so much, Mini D, Nordic Thunder, and Toddle Waddle.
Appreciate
we
it.
have to
Holy
salute
shit.
pictures of them, of their icons, every night before we go to bed.
Yeah, we have
Every
to
morning
kiss
when
them.
we wake up, we have to do the what's that called? The socialist kiss, the communist kiss.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
communist kiss
We have to do that to your pictures. So
every night.
every night and every morning.
Yeah, with tongue sometimes.
Well, sometimes it
Depends
depends
on how
we
much
feel,
we've had to drink.
especially if it's none. And then, of course, Abby, AJ's Third Nut, Haley, Thomas, Dark Runner, D's Nuts, and Laura Revo. Thank you guys so much.
Amazing. Thank you guys.
Yeah, and then you do your part.
If we get to 20 subscribers, AJ and I will be using the Patreon money to get Pressure Points tattoos. So if you want to fucking see us get tattoos of this dumbass logo, by all means, subscribe on Patreon. And we're trying our damnedest to make it more worth it to subscribe.
Yeah, we're putting out extra content. Right now, there's a couple hours of extra content,
Yeah.
but, by mid-next season, there's going to be like 10 full-length episodes.
By
or
the
something.
end of this season, you'll have
You'll have a good amount.
5 or 6 new additional episodes to check out.
So if I were
I
you,
think it's
hear
worth
me
it.
out. Don't subscribe. Hear me out. Radical idea. Subscribe when we stop when we end the season, and then you'll have like
Yeah, that's a good point.
15 things, or well,
More
no,
than
because
that.
there's
You
more
have
than
a
that, because we have like
shit ton.
20 short episodes of Sloppy
Yeah.
Seconds. So you'll have dozens of things, a couple hours of
hold
content
you
to
over.
hold you over,
Until
or just
we
subscribe
start.
now
Yeah.
and don't listen until
Yeah.
then.
Just
That would be
do-
the way. Yeah,
yeah,
actually,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
the way. I should have done that.
Subscribe now.
Don't listen until
December 5th. Start
Yeah.
listening. But yeah, if you guys have any suggestions for books, movies, shows, fucking music, articles that you find, posts you find, whatever, pictures you want to fucking share that don't involve your butthole, by all means.
unless you have a really nice
yeah,
looking
unless it's like a
butthole.
really cute butthole, then honestly,
Yeah. Clean. If
I don't.
it's
I don't even
nice and
think that
clean.
anybody in this house would be offended if I showed all of us a photo of a really nice butthole,
immaculate. An immaculate butthole.
fucking pristine. So if you have a nice butthole, share it with
But
us.
it has
on
to be
Instagram.
yours.
Yeah, no
Like,
fake shit.
No fake shit. Oh no, I'll reverse image search it.
And only if you're over the age of 18.
Oh yeah, and
Please, for
only
the love
18
of
plus.
God. But yeah, reach out to us on Instagram and Twitter at @points_pressure. And if you need somebody to talk to, go to the same place. I always have notifications for it up. So if you have problems, reach out. And if you need to talk to someone about a crisis of faith, by all means, reach out to the same place.
If you want to be
If you
converted
would-
away from
yeah,
it.
if you would like to be convinced and you would like your actions justified. Because sometimes that's just what you need.
Yeah, sometimes you need to know that there is a huge community of people out there. I saw, now that basically nobody's listening.
Yeah, right.
Now
Now it's just us.
Yeah.
Cunt,
I saw this thing.
Cunt, bitch, fuck, shit, asshole,
Yeah.
pussy, nuts.
Okay,
See?
but
nobody else.
I saw
nobody's
this thing
fucking
that
listening
Utah,
anymore.
if voting switched to ranked choice based voting, Utah would be Democratic,
Yeah, it's true.
which is
And they were shitting
very
their pants
true.
over it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, if you need somebody to talk to about a crisis of faith, by all means, reach out. And if you would like the CES letter sent to you on PDF format on Instagram or Twitter, or emailed to you so that your significant other might not be aware and you can actually read it and then present it to them in the future and save yourselves from the issue that is the Mormon cult syndicate, by all means.
Yeah.
Shoot us a message. I'll collect your email and I'll send it out to you.
Perfect.
And we'll catch you guys next Monday.
Oh no.
Cool.
Ah.
Oh, shit.